and welcome to Making It Modern. In this show, I take a vintage recipe, recreate it, and then use it as inspiration to create a new dish that's more suitable to the modern palate. Today, I'm going to be making this delightful chicken cherry crown. As someone who makes chicken almost every night, I was curious to see how my fellow housewives in the past used to make their chicken. Plus, the recipe calls for mashed potatoes and a can of cherry pie filling. Intriguing, don't you think? Start by coating the chicken legs in some seasoned flour. Then carefully fry them in oil until they turn golden brown, about 5 to 10 minutes per side. Drain the chicken legs on paper towels and keep them warm. I like to cover my legs with some tin foil and then lay a few dish towels down to keep them insulated. Next, you need to warm up your pie filling. The original recipe suggested using the same pot that you fried your chicken in, so you only have to clean one thing, which I thought was genius. To serve, carefully pile up some mashed potatoes and stand the chicken legs around them. Then surround it with the hot cherry sauce. Garnish with watercress. I found this dish easy to prepare, but honestly, it was a little bland. It wasn't really anything special. So what I'd like to do is use that same idea of cherries and chicken, but turn it into a cherry barbecue sauce that I put on top of the chicken and bake it to add some zesty and zingy flavor. And then I'm gonna serve it with the mashed potatoes. Start with the spice rub for your chicken. In a bowl, combine half a teaspoon of salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and then 1 teaspoon of paprika and cinnamon. Mix together and then sprinkle it over your bone-in, skin-on breasts, and then place on a baking tray and cover it with tin foil. Then you're gonna bake it at 350 for 30 minutes. While the chicken is baking, you can make the cherry barbecue sauce. In a saucepan, heat up some oil. I prefer light olive oil because it doesn't have the deep flavor of the regular olive oil and it's heart healthy. Add a small diced onion, a few cloves of crushed garlic, and cook for a few minutes until softened. Next, you're gonna add your frozen cherries. If you prefer fresh cherries, they work just as well, but I personally find them to be kind of time-consuming and a bit of a pain to remove the pit. Cook for a few minutes until heated through, and then add some Dijon mustard, some tomato paste, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, cumin, chili powder, and my secret ingredient, liquid smoke. Allow the sauce to cook for about 3 to 5 minutes to let all the flavors do their thing. Then turn off the heat and use an immersion blender to create a saucy puree. Taste it first and then add some salt and pepper. After your chicken has been cooking for 30 minutes, remove the foil, drain off the juices, and then cover with the barbecue sauce. Bake for another 20 minutes. When it's finished, let it cool for about 15 minutes, and then serve it with mashed potatoes and a side of the tangy cherry barbecue sauce. What I love about the modern version of chicken and cherries is that blast of flavor you get from the cherry barbecue sauce. So much better than that vintage bland recipe. And that's how I make it modern.